right, so let's talk about how the biology rubric is applied in the context of skill mastery. So remember, this is basically the science and engineering practices of the national science standards demonstrated in the context of biology. In this category of the grade book, rather than entering all of the assignments the students do, which instead get listed on the portfolio category, which doesn't actually count towards the grade, but tracks how the students do in each assignment. Instead, you will see in the category of skill mastery each of the skills that you need to actually master and the grade you earned for it based on the evidence from the portfolio work, which is demonstrated and listed on the student's evidence portfolio. Throughout the course, the students will have multiple opportunities to demonstrate mastery of each skill, and they also will be given opportunities to submit additional evidence or ask for re-examination or resubmission of work based on feedback. Students may also be reassessed at any point during the year in the skill if the teacher chooses to do so, to check for that consistency, which is necessary to score higher in the rubric. Remember, in order to score at the highest levels, you have to do it multiple times in a variety of contexts or topics, right? That's how you get to the highest level of the rubric, with independently and consistently applied in a variety of contexts. So, how does this look like for skill mastery? Well, if you look at the biology evidence portfolio, and again, this is the sample portfolio that shows you what assignments can actually qualify for what standards. Let's pick a random skill. Let's look at analyzing and interpreting biological data. All right. So if you go to that skill, I have the Unit 1 assignments ready right now, so you can see those. These are the different things that you can do within Unit 1 alone to try to demonstrate mastery of the skill. So there's a lab here that you can give you a maximal of 2 on the scale, it says. And then there's an activity, another lab, a quiz. Actually, this is a STEM case on Gizmos, and then a unit project, right? So in these 5 attempts, students can actually try to demonstrate mastery of the skill. So let's say, for example, they do the lab and they guarantee at least a 2. Now remember, 2 means that you have approached mastery. So the lab is not enough to demonstrate proficiency. So that's why it's only a 2 maximum. But let's say you get that 2, and then you try to do this activity. But when you try it, you don't do a good job on the skill. If you actually look at the scale for proficiency, you don't hit the benchmarks that you were supposed to hit, and so you get a 2. But you resubmit the activity later, and now you get a 3. Awesome! That is one time evidence of mastery independently done of the skill. Then you do another lab, and you need help on the lab in order to show the skill. So you're back to a 1. So you didn't do it independently, right? Could not do it without help. So now I don't know if you can consistently show that skill. But then when you hit the STEM case on Gizmos, you do a great job. You follow on the feedback, you learn from the experiences of the lab, and this time you actually score a 3. Now, this is 2 activities where you got a 3. This one, if the context of this one is the same as this one, you still only have demonstrated consistently, but in the same context. So you overall are scoring a 4 for this skill right now. But let's say then you get to the unit project, and now you do this in a completely different context. And again, you demonstrate mastery. So now you have demonstrated consistently in a variety of different contexts. You now deserved a 5 on this skill. Now, the context can also be demonstrated if you actually do it again when you get to Unit 2 and you do it in a different topic. That's how you keep that 5. Because even though the topic changed, you can still demonstrate the skill. But you see that even within Unit 1 alone, you already have multiple opportunities to demonstrate mastery of that skill if you do all the work that's assigned. But if you don't do the Unit 1, you have all the other units to do that. And that's kind of how it works. In another video, I'm going to try to talk about how this kind of combines for your overall grade in the skill